man, so the T-Pain and Drake situation has grown legs. You know, the other day we covered it where T-Pain was speaking and saying that Drake should bow out gracefully or he doesn't take his own advice. Now, Pain did respond to Complex saying T-Pain calls out Drake for not making a graceful exit like he once suggested. Did Drake ignore his own playbook? T-Pain says, I will say this, Complex is amazing at making sure y'all don't read an article. But that is all I've heard from T-Pain since that situation. Now y'all do know Drake did say this guy always had resentment from me, and you can hear it every time he speaks on my name. So if you guys don't remember what exactly was said, peep this clip real quick.
The one thing I learned from Drake, and here's the crazy thing, one thing I learned from Drake, but one thing he hasn't followed his own words. Drake said, I want to be one of them people that gracefully bow out and not get kicked out. I have ever since said, you really thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all when I drop. Don't worry about it. I'll just drop something. Let me know if you heard it. Drake is like, no, listen. Okay, I got another one. Hold on, check this out. Check this out. Y'all didn't like that one? Okay, real quick. Just one more. Let me try one more. And then he's the person that he said, you know, he didn't want to be. And I learned that from him.
And Offset even stepped in to go ahead and show support for Drake, saying the boy is the boy. They ain't gonna change. All that hating on another grown man who do more numbers than everybody is diabolical. A lot of typos in that, but I'm gonna let him live. Now Chris Brown stepped in for T-Pain and said, man, random thought, T-Pain is one of the GOATs of my generation, giving you your flowers, pioneer. Love you, my brother. Dude right here put a nigga said random thought. Hey man, y'all know Chris Brown and Drake always gonna have their little thing. Even though they piece it up, patched up, it's always gonna be something. And for the past few years, anybody that has been dissing Drake, Chris Brown has been a fan of the actual content that's come from that situation. But nevertheless, we gonna tap into this later, but OVO Chubbs is trying to clown T-Pain, but on the same time, Drake is being clowned himself because he showed off his abs and people like this type of shit that Kendrick was talking about. So hold on tight, we can get back to that. But in regards to Drake's statement about the resentment, it may be something there for sure now. Because T-Pain has been saying things over the years about Drake and his position in the game and how he thinks that was his position at one point, but he wasn't properly appreciated. So randomly, June 7, 2022, T-Pain says it's all good, soft, dark-skinned niggas. Wasn't a wave at that time, but Drake made it okay to simp, I guess. And now people are understanding what I was saying all those years ago. It just took a light-skinned nigga to get y'all to listen and applaud him for winning the Beige Baby Lottery. Damn, boy. I understand what he's trying to say, but that's crazy to say nevertheless. Now you had these situations where you're talking about speaking on Drake's album recently. Peek this real quick.
There was a TMZ lady out there, and she was like, T-Pain, are you hype about the new Drake album? And I said, did you ask him about my album? And she said, is that a diss? What? Is that a diss? Did you just diss Drake? And I said, no, did you ask him about my album? Or when you saw T-Pain, all you can think about was Drake? And I said, did you ask him about my album? Is that a diss? Can you please tell me that's a diss? They're looking for something, and I understand that. But here's the thing, I'm a Drake fan. And here's a more thing. I'm more of a party fan than I am a Drake fan. But I said, hey, did you ask Drake about my album? And she said, is that a diss? Can I please publish this as a diss? Please let me publish this as a diss. All these trash songs that I recorded, I listen to them all the time. And so here's my thing. I feel like he recorded a bunch of shit. In order to keep Party around, you can take 10, 15 of these songs, put a verse on them, bitch, Party. That's our album, bro. The songs are already recorded. These are all the songs that didn't make my previous albums. Go for it, bro. Put verses on these songs. Yeah, there's 5 to 7 solo Drake songs that didn't make other albums. It's not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying that they're bad. These are just songs that didn't make albums. Or Party, or the other way around. Or Party came here with an album and was like, hey, Drake, can you put verses on these particular songs?
Is there something there? But this right here should erase all speculation about any possible animosity, because I think a lot of folks will be upset with a situation like this. So T-Pain sat down with Ron Artest, Meta World Peace, and DJ Quick. See what he got to say about the situation with Drake in that song 5 o'clock in the morning, how he was trying to get a verse from Drake, and then shit transpired like this right here.
You know how much fun this is to do this with you.
I know, man.
Do you know that when your records came out in Compton, tried to get me to retire. They was like, it's a new
Oh no! I don't. You know what? We gonna talk about that shit. We gonna talk about that.
That ain't true. That ain't true.
Nah, bro. I'm telling you. Anytime another does anything,
They shut up.
it's a spot. I don't know why we've been taught that it's one spot for everybody.
But it's more. It's millions of spots. But it's a
Nope.
black thing.
It's a black and God damn it. Okay,
It's a black thing.
I know what you
What
mean. I
is
know what
that?
you mean. Yeah.
It's one spot. It's one spot for any category of anything.
And you, just another thing.
But it's not.
Obviously not.
Obviously.
You are the Black Drake, bro. Like, you started that whole movement.
The Black Drake.
Nah.
Now I got
What's his
it.
name? What's the poet? The actor? That goddamn it.
From
my
where?
God. He's like a fisherman now for some reason. It's weird. I don't know. But he was like, if he went on the Breakfast Club and he was like, if T-Pain was light skinned, Drake wouldn't exist.
I'm hitting all the right notes. bro.
I know, man. I know.
Have you ever did a record with Drake?
I did 4 records for Drake.
Oh wow. Am I missing something?
No, I nobody like knows this, but I wanted Drake to get on 5 o'clock in the morning. My record.
Yeah.
I
song, by the
drove from Atlanta to Toronto to go get the record, and he never did it.
You use a passport? You had to cross the bridge?
I had to cross the joint.
Them is
I took my tour
rocky
bus.
ass. Them Canadians are
I took my tour bus, went up from Atlanta to Toronto, chilled with him for like 3 days.
Nice.
I did 4 records for his album. He did 0 records for mine. But I went to go get a joint for me and ended up doing 4 shits for him. And it was like, okay. all
Did he
right.
make the album? His album?
One of them did. One of them did. Yeah.
Which one?
It was on the Take Care album.
Did you use your vocals or just producing?
It was my vocals. Yeah, it was just vocals. Yeah, I was
I can't think of that song. Like, let me know in the chat. Like, what song is that?
and then after that I went on Twitter, as per advice of my managers. terrible advice. It wasn't even crazy. It was just like, everybody go tag Drake and tell him to finish that record I gave him.
You thirst trap.
Yeah. Then he hit my manager. He was like, tell T-Pain, I know he don't really want to work with me.
What the fuck? They turned it around.
Yeah. He gaslit me. He got records.
Fighting one-on-one.
He gaslit me and got records.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, but he's the artist of the decade.
All right, so y'all let me know. Is that enough to hate a nigga or to hate on a nigga? Very, very often. To downplay a nigga very, very often if they played you like that, Cause that was nasty. Not gonna understand if a song was trash. Like 5 o'clock in the morning was a fire song. So it would have did well, and it did well without him. It did very, very well without him. But it's the principles to the situation, the principles. And then T-Pain, y'all know his career didn't continue past that point. And you have other people validating the reason that you may think as far as why your career didn't continue. The people may feel like, oh, this person is more marketable. He looks more marketable in comparison to you being a dark-skinned guy. Y'all heard what he just said. Although I don't agree with that, it may not matter what I agree. The machine or people that's running the machine may say, nah, T-Pain, you already getting drunk and doing too much. We gonna go and push this other guy to the forefront. And plus, he's really connected with Lil Wayne, the real engine, and Kill T Wayne album, little nigga. But the Joe Budden podcast did touch on the situation. I want to see what they got to say about this right here.
Drake responded with a tweet, right?
Read it. Let's hear it. Drake said what?
Drake said, this guy always had resentment for me. You can hear it every time he speaks on my name.
I don't know if I hear resentment there.
Well, but it could be if he's saying like every time this dude say my name is something negative, he could just have a thing against me and he's never going to speak positive of me. Basically, take whatever he say with a grain of salt because it's coming from a place of resentment.
Before we get to the resentment part, what did you guys think of T-Pain's assertion?
I disagree. I think that he got kicked out. If he would have just left after getting your ass whipped by Kendrick, then you get kicked out. You didn't leave under your own terms. You didn't leave under your own, you know what I'm saying? I think that he's scratching and clawing to get back into an industry that he want to put some more music out and redeem himself.
So Ish think he did get kicked out. So he don't get kicked out. He want to come back in and leave on his own terms. I understand the perspective. I get that. And I told you before that I don't agree that Drake should retire, but Drake lose points in the graceful position because I think he really cares about what people are thinking about him rather than saying, man, I'm solidified. Fuck what y'all got to say about me.
So I think the way he going about it is what he got to do. And especially if you're not getting no push from the label, because a couple of them songs that he put out wasn't that bad. We came in here and played like 2 of them that weren't that bad. That if he would have been getting his normal Drake buzz and his normal Drake push, they might have went. You know what I'm saying? I think now he's scratching and clawing to get back into a mainstream.
I mean, he's mainstream right now. Nokia is a hit.
I said favorite. Oh, that's
Nokia is a hit.
It is.
You're not gonna be outside and not hear Nokia.
I don't really
Not
like
possible.
It's a hit just by.
It's a hit, but
like I now listen to the radio. I never used to, but now I just want to hear what's going, because we know how radio works.
Yeah.
So now I'm paying more attention to that. Nokia is a hit.
Yeah.
It's undeniable. That
I don't like the
record-
song, but I get it. But I still don't think he's being looked at like Drake. I think he needs a couple more. Well, you know what I'm saying? Slaps to get his oomph back.
Personally, even prior to the Kendrick, I came in here. I didn't like his previous projects. I thought he was kind of in a slump anyway. But as far as the leave without being kicked out, he don't ever have to leave.
Well, we
I don't
can't-
even.
And another thing right here to insert myself, Drake doing pretty well. Imagine any other artist who got their ass whooped like he got whooped. Like, let's be clear. Imagine any other artist bouncing back from getting spanked like that. They wouldn't have a song that went, what it was, top 5. I can't remember the exact position that it peaked at Nokia. A lot of people would just get pushed aside. He performed well, His album's still doing well, so he's doing good. That's why I don't agree with the lawsuit as far as saying that he was the fame. My nigga, your fame is still there, but you just ain't at the top right now and rap, and that's okay. You're number 2, which is great. So what the fuck are we saying? What are we doing? What are we doing? So he bounced back pretty good. Meek Mill, of course. He wasn't on Drake level or Kendrick level or top 3 in rap, but he probably was like number 6 and number 7. After that situation, he dropped probably out of the top 15.
I like that argument.
We came in here and talked about the fact that it seemed like he needed to take a break. He needed to take a self-imposed kind of hiatus, which he wasn't doing. And then we discussed, what responsibilities he might still have with the label, which is why he's not taking a break. But before the beef even started, we were kind of like in consensus up here that he should take, and I think that's I think that that's what he's talking about here. Not a permanent leave, just like there was a point in which
respectfully to T-Pain, you've never made it to the level where Drake is. A lot comes with that, and sometimes those who hit that level want to stay there. And anybody else know, once you take a break, somebody else take your spot. So that's why I looked at Drake's discography from 07, 08.
Will we say that T-Pain never made it to that level? Or did he bump his head on the ceiling while jumping and came immediately back down? Drake jumped up and levitated.
He ain't went maybe 9 months, 10 months without dropping something. I'm talking about a project, whether it be a mixtape, the more like what's considered a playlist album. He don't go too long without a drop. Every year, it may not all be albums, but he's been very, very, very continuous, dropping music, and that's what consistent. Excuse me, that's what helped him get that run and stay there. So to him, it's like, I want to be number 1 on all the charts. I want to break all the records. I don't care about if y'all think the music ain't the best music quality in the world. I want to stay at number 1 and outrun everybody. And to do that, I have to be current, because they don't give a fuck about what you did last month.
Your graceful exit. Graceful exit never said I was exiting with all of the people I came with and all of the people I acquired along the way. I get it that there are, let's call it 25% of people that view Drake differently out after that battle. Even if you want to up that percentage to 35, let's call it 65, 35. 35 people that may view Drake differently. If Drake loses 40% of who Drake was, then nigga, that's still Drake, and you still got to deal with him. He's still gonna sell records.
I don't think the number's that high, by the way.
I don't think so either. I think they fickle.
Yeah, in terms of actual, I'm going to listen to or purchase or go to a show or whatever, I don't think that probably impacted him.
I don't think he budgets for him, really.
The battle, yeah, I don't think so.
He's 100% seen differently by
for sure.
by people.
True, bro.
The perception might be different.
He's perceived
Perception
different.
is different on him.
That's because
but he's still him.
He hasn't dropped that Drake hit.
When he drops the Drake hit, perception was damage was done. I don't want to get back into last year.
Yeah.
Damage was done.
I agree.
With that said,
Significant damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that said,
My boy lost a lot of HP.
he's still Drake. He's still gonna sell records. He's still gonna be number one. Niggas are still gonna listen. He's still gonna tour. He's still gonna create his own path because, like I said,
Nobody did this.
Nobody's been at this level. On the flip side of that, niggas that hate you are gonna hate you. Right. And there's nothing you can do about that. So if that's T-Pain, if that's me, if that's whoever it is, and that impacts their commentary, then I don't want to hear Drake respond every time he thinks somebody is saying something out of shade. If you want to do it, cool. But nah, he should be on a mission right now. And this is coming from, I think the 21 album is fire. I think that the Party album is fire. Like, I call him on a little lightweight run. It ain't the Drake run that we know it to be.
Drake,
it ain't the Drake run we know it to be because he's doing all this Playboy Cardi, all this other. It's just this. He's in a listen. Let people
I think
design.
I think he's fighting to have something stick to the wall.
I said all the time when I talk about Drake music or Drake as an artist, I don't think Drake is capable of putting out trash music. I think he's always going to be able to write and arrange good songs. At a bare minimum, he's going to do his best to feed his core fan base. Right now, his present day core fan base, you know, the hip hop based core fan base, maybe not them. So I think he's always gonna put out music that his devoted fans, they're gonna listen to, they're gonna enjoy. But like the homie saying right here, getting something to stick, that's his problem. But no kid has stuck. Reason being is because it's a new fresh sound. He leaned on the right person to be able to find a new fresh sound. Although it is a nostalgic feel that you get from it. That's the lane that he wants to be in as far as the pop right now. And it works for him.
If nothing sticks to the wall, he's still Drake and you got to deal with him.
I don't think he thinks that.
That's what I've been saying as far as the graceful exit. He ain't doing that. He cares about the opinions of people that he doesn't really care to feed them. It's like, for a crazy analogy, it's like a wife start cooking Haitian food for her husband when they first meet. And he loved that shit. He was like, God damn, this shit is so good. But then she just stopped cooking the Haitian food at some point in time and was cooking different type of food. The husband like, man, you still cook good, but I want this that made me fall in love with you. Can you give me some more of that? Like, it don't have to be exclusively that, but give me some more of that shit. You feel me? I think that's how a lot of fans of Drake, or people who were once a fan of Drake, not the people that just never liked him, not y'all, the people who did contribute to his success initially because they did enjoy his music, them folks. They like, damn, bro, what the shit I used to love at, bruh. With him not feeding those people and not giving a damn what they want to actually eat, he should understand their opinions are going to be skewed. But he still seems to be affected by their opinions.
I'm not mad at that. I don't think if that's how he feels internally, then who the f is T-Pain to tell him ride off into the sunset?
Yeah, I don't know if creatives or musicians specifically can have to ever feel like they need to retire. They rarely don't. Sure. You know what I mean? So
we got rumors of Jay-Z having an album coming.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
but there's something to be said for how you retire.
True.
Like, a Kobe retirement is still a Kobe retirement, and it's reserved for the greats. And Drake
that's
is a
who.
great.
So we're talking about
Yeah, but
parts.
Yeah.
we talk. Father Time plays a part in the Kobe retirement.
But how you're
Father Time don't play a part in Drake retirement.
But
Drake
I
don't have to retire.
No, I think you're talking about the perception of the retirement.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about that. So if Drake sailed off into the sunset on his own terms, he can give you one album every 4 or 5 years, right? By all intents and purposes, he's retired. Right? And he just come out.
If he changes
Jay-Z's
output,
retired.
that would be.
Okay, if he changes
that's
output,
Got it.
that would be
That's
retirement.
ideal.
But he's
Yeah.
very much active.
yeah, that's the thing. He's still out here.
He's nowhere near retirement from what it seems if I'm
all.
just reading the tea leaves. And when he decides to retire, there will be the parade down 34th Street.
I think so.
It ain't many rappers active right now that's getting a parade. I know all of y'all think that your shit don't stink. All of y'all ain't gonna get a farewell. It's like Draymond told Paul Pierce, nigga. You ain't Kobe.
A lot of times, a lot of rappers are the last one to find out that they retired
Yeah,
too.
and Paul Pierce last season, that game in Boston in Golden State. At the free throw line, Draymond was on the bench saying, you ain't Kobe, we ain't jacking this whole retirement. You're not getting that from us. So,
Yikes.
now I got this clip from when T-Pain did Humans with me. And he said this, I think this is around the time Scorpion dropped.
Okay, I'll tell you what I couldn't do. I couldn't listen to side B of Scorpion with you. Couldn't do it.
Well, yes, too romantic.
Couldn't do it. It's not even that. Fuck the being the romantic part. I couldn't argue about side B with you. It would just be too much.
We argued about side B.
Oh, we would argue so much about side B because, first of all, half of it's me. Let's just get that out the way.
Half of it's what?
Me, nigga. That's all. So I get that. I love you.
I do hate T-Pain's passive aggressiveness, but that's just who he is. Stand on some shit, and things will be taken differently when you speak on things. Like I don't like the way that he approached the Jay-Z death of autotune things. Like, please spare me, Jay-Z. Don't ruin my career. Like, nah, bro. Stand on that shit. I don't like how you trying to take money out of my pocket for my family, Jay. That's some fuck shit. Stand on it.
And that was what, 2018? I don't remember when it was, but it was a while ago. So I mean, clearly there may be some truth to what Drake is saying.
True, yeah. I never really peeped the T-Pain and Drake beef over the years.
But why would why would Drake be surprised that he's resented?
True.
You're resented.
But maybe him doing that, he not surprised. I'm letting y'all know, don't pay no sense to what this nigga's saying because he has resentment. A lot of people might not know that. So they might just hear T-Pain and say, oh, T-Pain is saying this.
Yeah, but
Drake got to come out and say, yo, he's bitter.
Well,
I get that, but that makes it sound like the resentment negates the sentiment. And that's
it could to a lot of folks.
Yeah, but it also can't. And framing it one way makes it look like because there's resentment, there's no truth to anything that this person ever has to say.
Or it could be like, yo, when it come to me, he's gonna say the just because
he's biased.
That's true. Yeah, it's a very big bias. Let me let y'all know ahead of time. When you hear him speak on me, take it with a grain of salt because he's on my dick. Yeah.
Let's get somewhere else. If you are T-Pain with all that you contributed to music, and you hear Drake disc 2 of Scorpion or anything that may be T-Pain-esque to him, how do you feel? Are you angry? Are you mad? Do you harbor resentment?
It depends on what.
My thing with T-Pain is, yo, once you let it go, it ain't yours no more. Once you put the album out, it's not yours. That art belongs to other people. You can't be mad at how your art inspires the world.
So are you?
And the crazy thing about it is T-Pain. I don't get how you just single Drake out. And he hasn't just singled Drake out before. He's took shots towards Future and people like that. I remember him saying Future uses autotune wrong. Almost the entire hip-hop industry are T-Pain gremlins. 70 to 75%, probably 80% of rappers are influenced in some type of way by what T-Pain did.
In the interview, did you get the feeling that his resentment or whatever, however we're going to say it, is based on a lack of homage being paid to him?
I didn't recognize that there was resentment until this line of, hey, I listened to this to a Scorpion and I hear me. But T-Pain is such a goat to me that
you can say that for a lot of people's music, by the way.
That don't say beef to me. You are a goat and you inspired many people, and niggas is jacking some of that.
So in hindsight, though, what?
That's the one with Jaded, right?
Yeah. I'm looking at what's T-Pain?
Jaded. If I hear Jaded and I'm T-Pain, I'm tight.
I'm not.
I am. And read the track list. I'll tell you what's T-Pain.
All right, Peak, Summer Games, Jaded, Nice for What, Finesse, Ratchet, Happy Birthday.
There's another R&B record on it that's T-Pain. Summer. If I hear Jaded and I'm T-Pain, I feel away.
I don't, but
But if it's 2 or 3 out of 13,
that's what I'm saying. Blue Tint, In My Feelings, Don't Matter to Me, After Dark, Final Fantasy, March 14th. Now, if I have resentment and I'm looking for a reason, I might say that.
If I'm T-Pain, I got a problem when Shut It Down came out with Dream.
I was just thinking that, whoa, I didn't want to cut it off, but I was thinking like Shut It Down is for sure T-Pain. And T-Pain's album cuts, not the big singles. That's what people may be thinking about.
That's different. That I could get. That I understand.
But if you understand that, then we don't have to focus on whether T-Pain got the album wrong. We've highlighted where T-Pain could build resentment. I'm hearing somebody
sound like a little bit more than that.
Take a look. Well, maybe it is. I ain't spoke to Pain about it, and I'm not repping for either side. I don't have a horse in this race.
Me neither. I'm just
I respect both of them, and they both goats to me.
This sound a little bit more than just
like he fuck on a T-Pain bitch. T-Pain married.
No. I wasn't even saying that. But a lot of times somebody come in, get hot, you hear you know, you want to work with them or something. Drake, I don't know of any Drake T-Pain records.
Okay. So,
I might not have did that with you. Nah, I'm cool. T-Pain ain't been popping like that in a minute, and now I feel away.
Well, T-Pain is also extremely close with Lil Wayne. So while you don't have T-Pain and Drake records, you have a bunch of T-Pain and Wayne records.
Whole project.
Can't believe it.
Leads back to my theory that I ain't saying yet. That I've already said.
I read something that
I've said it mad times. I don't know why people don't, but I'm right.
But even
I'm right.
But not back then. You think back then too?
Yes.
I don't know.
They said long time. I think the second homeboy stepped to them like, yo, listen, I'm me. I don't know what this contract said. Give me the f about it. I'm the f with y'all. It was up. Yeah, I'm out of here. I don't give a f about what you're talking about.
They said Drake, allegedly, I read something online, Drake was supposed to send a verse for one of T-Pain's songs, and T-Pain had held his album up waiting for Drake, and Drake never sent it.
Now, see, that I would believe somebody to have some resentment over. Because again, and especially depending on when that album was coming, a Drake verse would have done a lot for your album.
Yeah.
So I held my album up. You didn't send the verse.
So if that's true, then you know where my resentment comes from.
Then that would
So
make
why
sense.
you on the internet acting like you shocked at my resentment?
He not acting like he's shocked.
But that's the thing about Drake and that we learned from all this rap beef. It seems like there's a lot of things like that that's happening behind the scenes.
No, he just said.
I'm just telling y'all.
He's not saying, yo, this
I'm not
nigga
shocked.
Yeah, but
I know exactly what it come from.
he's also bearing the reason why, which would lead people to be like, yeah, nigga, I'd be resentful too.
Not me.
No.
Yo, dog, if you and you saying you and you this creative dope ass
You don't need
nigga,
me.
you wanted to
Go do it
go,
without
you
me.
don't need me. Nigga, go do what you doing without me.
But the thing about it is he using him at the same damn time. You feel God damn nigga. He feel used at the same damn time. But that song did go number 10 on the top 10 Billboard.
I ain't want to see you some shit. And in hindsight, look, that's not true.
No.
And in hindsight, I'm happy I ain't seen you that.
All of that's great. You have to say that.
Yeah.
If you promise somebody or on the verbal tip say, you got a verse from me, I'm sending it to you. You don't have it yet. And the other person says, okay, I'm holding my album waiting.
Hey, Joe.
You added
Come
that
on
piece.
now. We talking music industry.
Well, no, he just read this.
Hold on. Hold on.
He's saying supposedly.
If it's true, I don't know.
And if you say, yo, dog, I'm going to hold up my album till you send me the verse, that's one thing. T-Pain saying, yo, I held up my album because I thought he had a verse coming is a totally different
How many
thing.
people you said I got a verse? You got a verse coming and
You
never
just
sent
said
a verse?
last episode, you told mad niggas y'all got a verse coming your way and you never
Niggas
sent
do
it.
that.
You said that. That's a part of y'all industry games that y'all play.
Yes, it happens, and I say it a lot because it's a funny joke. I mean, it happens.
It's
but
real.
also
That ain't
funny.
yeah.
When you're dealing artist to artist with two people that's popping, and it's the level of one of them being able to tell you I'm holding my album, that's very different from you just telling niggas.
You threw something in there too. And again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
You did throw something in
You
there.
threw something in there.
You did.
You said two of them popping.
You said, yo, one of them told the other. T-Pain was popping. I'm not saying that.
I never said T-Pain was not popping.
I'm not going to say
I love T-Pain.
T-Pain's T-Pain at all times.
I agree.
He may not be Drake, but he's T-Pain.
True.
You just said we both popping.
But no, you said.
No, we not.
I didn't say hot.
We not popping.
That's
Are you talking about levels though?
When does it?
I'm not saying that.
I can't. I'm not doing that.
I'm not saying what you said that you said that he told him, yo, I'm holding up my album for you. He might not have told him, yo, I'm holding up my album for you. That changes the thing.
Let's not do some answers. If he didn't tell him that, I could still see why T-Pain would have a resentment. See, I don't play none of that shit no mind. See, Freeze, what you talking about is when me and Homeboy talked in Starlets and he promised me a verse. I wasn't popping at all. So when the verse never came, the verse just don't come and everybody going about their business. If somebody is looking at that differently, I can see how they would look at him differently. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, here you go. I found the tweets from 2011. I know y'all waiting on the album, but the last thing I need is a verse from Drake and the album is complete. T-Pain wrote that 1:30:11.
Now I'm not sending the verse.
2011.
What? Why the f would you be resentful for that? It's like to hype up the fans. You got that same blood that Drake got in him, bro.
Like this
Don't.
What was Drake's position? What did Drake drop in?
And it's gonna make me sound like I'm standing for homeboy. Like y'all niggas act like y'all don't understand how the music business go. Like dog, I might not fuck with you like that, and I might have said that. I don't know what their relationship is like. What I'm saying is, dog, even you tweeting that.
Ish and different Ice. Twitter back in that time.
Ish and Ice. Okay. What I'm saying,
what Drake was into. I'm sorry.
It wasn't offensive.
What Drake did we have in 2000?
But y'all know the type of niggas that always want to take things with offense. Like, come on, that's whole. Why you so emotional, bro? Niggas just playing. Niggas trying to hype the fans up. Why you want to be so emotional, man?
2011.
Drake is Drake in 2011.
Exactly. And T-Pain, where was T-Pain in 2011? He was on the way. I'm looking at the records that came out in 2011, just the features. Not even him, because T-Pain's album run, the ones that we talk about, that stopped in 08.
Yeah, it was about that.
I don't understand what Ice is saying.
I'm saying that whole T-Pain wasn't T-Pain in 11. Not that T-Pain. That everybody cared to, he's hot as fish grease. He wasn't that.
So
and Drake was.
My argument is not T-Pain.
The song still went at number 10 though. You might want to say, okay, T-Pain wasn't able to get Drake, so he went and got Wiz Khalifa, who was hot as fuck. But it still went number 10.
It was hot as fish grease. My argument is T-Pain is T-Pain.
I'm still T-Pain.
I understand
I'm not
that, but
talking about his relevance and his what records you doing all that. I'm not doing that. I'm saying because of what has already been done, T-Pain is T-Pain.
Cool.
That's it.
I get that.
I'm not comparing him to Drake, nor am I saying that Drake is right or wrong in this. I'm only saying I see T-Pain's resentment.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Drake is wrong for nothing he did.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
no, that ain't what I'm doing.
I see the resentment.
That's all I was doing.
I see the resentment.
That's all I was doing. I see the resentment. I don't have a right or wrong in this.
I see the resentment. Niggas, again.
And I see that. I see you not getting a verse.
Yeah, nigga,
I get what y'all were trying to tell me. I get that. I get that.
Because I don't think 3 years is a big deal. I think T-Pain.
In music, 3 years is a lifetime.
At that time it was. But today it ain't.
T-Pain was still T-Pain in 2011. But what I'm saying is this. Now, I don't send you a verse. Now you saying my album is you. The second part of my album is you. You saying all of these negative things about me in the press. I'm happy I ain't seen your ass a verse.
That's why I would say right here, like I said earlier, I wish T-Pain would just stand on it like, nigga, I don't like that nigga. Hate with all your heart.
I'm happy I ain't seen your verse.
We deserve a Drake T-Pain song.
We did.
Especially
just as fans, absolutely. Shit, as fans, I take that today.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but we got B.O.B. on Up Down. That could have been Drake.
Ooh, in the chat, let me know. Do you prefer the T-Pain and Wayne collaboration, or do you prefer the Drake and Wayne collaboration? The T-Pain and Wayne collaboration made some great songs, but the Drake and Wayne collaboration, of course, the hip-hop tracks was amazing. But who do you prefer, Drake and Wayne or T-Pain and Wayne? Like, let me know in the comment section below. Because I know for sure that plays into T-Pain feeling like he got replaced. for sure.
You know what I mean? With all due respect.
No disrespect. I'm just going to be disrespectful.
Nah, I ain't trying to be disrespectful to nobody either. But we see this happen all the time. And we see some artists hold it as, and it turns into a resentment. And other ones be like, all right, that nigga, I'm going to go do what I do.
Yeah. I'm going to go do what I do. And then I'm going to get so hot that he might want to come jump on my
I could see Drake having told that I'll give you a verse line to almost everybody in the business.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
And so it was just lip service?
Times 10.
Yeah.
Times 10.
Everybody.
Everyone does that though. So
from what I hear,
but
that's
everybody ain't him.
True.
When someone of that magnitude says it, you change your plans.
Yeah.
That's just like
you
when a
gonna
nigga
tell
was
Believe them.
Bro, Drake told everybody he'd do a pod with him.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Now that's like to now have a resentment because he didn't do. Yo, the nigga said he was gonna come sit with me, but he ain't come sit with me. So
Kevin Hart told Monique, but I don't tell
everybody I'll do.
Monique ran and told them
Drake said that.
People, y'all got to Kevin Hart being in my next movie. So yeah, get that budget ready.
But at one point he tried to do a pod with people.
I'm just saying.
Not a pod, but at one of them album cycles, he was trying something where he was inviting all the media people to come to him, and then you get your allotted amount of time.
That's why Elliot went up there, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, it was after.
No, that was after that.
After that. Elliot was supposed to go, Gilly was supposed to go, and then we were supposed to go, a bunch of people were supposed to go, but it just never happened.
Oh, okay.
And that's him and his people controlling that again, and I ain't.
Yeah, you know what them control, yeah.
Not at all.
But yeah, I get it.
We as fans deserved a T-Pain and Drake record. Some in music is just like a travesty. It's just like, damn, we should have got that. But if we missed the boat, we missed the boat.
Yeah, that boat gone.
No, we missed the boat. It's fine. We got enough Drake and Dream for me to be all right.
Fair.
I got enough Drake and Drake. One of y'all want to pull up this Ross record with Pharrell?
No.
Sure.
No.
Okay, so that was the JBP had to say about the situation. That was fun reacting to it, dog. So OVO Chubbs out here, he ain't out here crashing nothing. Thank God, we don't need him crashing anything. But he is trying to crash the parties and ask some people to play some T-Pain. He's saying it wasn't working out that well.
Yo, play T-Pain song for me.
T-Pain, I tried, bro. Next spot, they got you.
T-Pain. T-Pain. Who's controlling the music? The DJ, hold on. T-Pain. T-Pain. T-Pain.
So we went to another spot saying, T-Pain, bro, it's hard out here, man. Maybe the next spot.
Find the DJ, T-Pain.
He's in Khan's fronts.
Hold up, I gotta find the DJ. Hold up. I gotta get T-Pain right.
That's how Chubbs sound.
Hold up, y'all gotta play some T-Pain in this bitch. What y'all talking about? The DJ at? Hold up.
I ain't gonna lie. I done been in some clubs within the past 5 years. Some T-Pain go crazy. He played the right fucking song.
T, that's where I'm at. T-Pain, I got you right now. DJ. I need to play. I gotta play.
Alright, so we says. He said next spot, he gonna play him, shit. Oh, they played Drake instead. He's not as hot as he used to be. That is the truth. That's the truth, though. So it is what it is. But okay, folks are going to in on Drake with this damn picture. So Drake decided to show off his doctor's work right here, and people are going insane. Nigga posted this right here. I gotta mute the music. They posted Drewski. Hey. Niggas is funny. Niggas is funny. Oh man, Kev on stage says I'm wide awake for the nights that separate the type who get it till they get it right from the type who just type. I think that what Drake put in his caption of the video or the picture. They down here saying arms sold separately. If you're gonna buy the body, buy all of it. Drake, bruh, the tag still on the body. It said he definitely got his ab etched. And for whatever reason nowadays, Drake is letting people comment on his page. Because before he used to limit the comments, they saying, damn, this dude really did get a 6-pack implants. Those are the fakest abs in the game. This nigga bought abs, I'm crying. Are those the implant 6-packs I've been hearing about? Abs and no arm definition is crazy. He looks like he's wearing that fake chest from that Drewski skit that we just seen. Let your core audience stomach that, then tell them where you get your abs from. V12, that's a fast one. It don't even look natural. Nah, is it me or bro abs really do look fake? Niggas hate on BBLs and then they walk around with the same scars. Quote Megan Thee Stallion, man. Chicks say Drake abs look like the pre-cut cookie dough squares, OMG. Drake, bro, you make it hard on yourself. You make it hard on yourself, dog. But hey, though, man, I know this conversation started off about people possibly retiring. But Savannah James is trying to make LeBron wrap that shit up within a year or so. So peep this video right here to see what's going on there.